We got off the Celebrity Millennium yesterday morning, guys. We went into the cruise terminal to pick our luggage up, and guess what? Someone took one of our suitcases. Let's talk about it. Okay, guys, we got off the ship before 8 a.m. It was a super smooth process. We get to the cruise terminal. We go down to where the luggage is at. We go to our group. We're group 1. We should have 2 suitcases. We only have 1. There's only 5 suitcases left in group 1. So I asked one of the porters, I said, are they done bringing the luggage out? And he said, yes, group 1's been done for a while. They did suites over here, then they did group 1 right here, and that's it. There's no more coming for group 1. So I talked to a person who worked at the terminal, that was in charge of the terminal, and asked them, well, what can be done about this? Where is my suitcase? So they told us to look around all the other groups. Sometimes they'll get misplaced and put in the wrong group. So I went around, I looked for our suitcases everywhere, guys. Now, our suitcases are identical. We have 2 full-size Samsonite suitcases. And when they're side by side, we can tell them apart because one is slightly newer than the other. But they both have purple bandanas on the handle, and they're easy to spot. You can spot our suitcases from, hundreds of feet away because of the purple bandanas on them. We put that purple bandana on everything of our bags we carry. So I'm looking around, I do not find it. And I got to thinking, I go back to group 1 and I look at our luggage and I look over to, about 15 feet away, and there's a suitcase sitting there. Looks similar to ours. No purple bandana, not the same brand, but similar color and similar design suitcase. I go over and I look at it. The last name on that suitcase was Henderson. Our name is Huddleston. I'm like, it's too much of a coincidence. One of the porters took our bag for this person, and they're gone now. So we talked to the cruise personnel, the terminal personnel again, not cruise personnel. The terminal is completely separate from the cruise line, guys. Once you're in the terminal, you're under whatever they're going to do for you. So I can't blame this on the cruise line at all. It's not their fault. I talked to them and I told them my theory, and they said, you're probably right. So we're going to call these people, the Hendersons, and they got no answer. They said, we're going to keep trying to call them. So we go ahead, hustle off with our one bag, get on our shuttle. We paid for a shuttle from the cruise line, from Celebrity, back to the Fort Lauderdale airport. So we go to check in for the shuttle, and Laura asked this young man named Jose Hernandez, who was checking us in, if there was anyone named Henderson that got on that bus. That was on the bus right now. And he said, Henderson did check in, but they went on a smaller shuttle first, and they're already at the airport. And then we explained to him, we believe they inadvertently took our suitcase and they have it. So he said, well, I'll check into it. And, Laura's really distraught. Oh my goodness, we have so much money invested in these suitcases full of clothes and shoes and all these things. And, I'm not even thinking about it as hard as she is, because I kind of believe we're going to find our suitcase at the airport somehow. I'm trying to be positive about it. But she's pointing out to me, it's all seasonal clothes, and I'm going to have a hard time getting this and getting that. And, I'm like, okay, well, let's just stay positive. We get on the bus, and we're waiting for the bus to take off, and we're sitting here for about 10 minutes. The bus is filling up. Jose comes back on the bus and tells us that he got in touch with this Henderson lady, and that she is going to wait for us at the American Airline section at the airport, and the American Airline ticket counter with our suitcase. So we were like, oh my goodness, great. Worked out good. So we get to the airport, we track down Mrs. Henderson. She has her suitcase. We tried to get her suitcase to bring with us, but they wouldn't let us. And Jose explained that they have to wait until the entire terminal is empty and all the passengers have been put on the bus before they can take the suitcase. But he was going to make arrangements to have the suitcase dropped off to her at the airport, and I gave her his number so she could follow up with him to make sure she gets her luggage for her flight. So it was a pretty crazy thing. We in all the cruises we've been on, we've never had that happen before. Where the porter, she explained it. She said the porter, I told her here's my suitcases, and I realized once I got off the bus that wasn't my suitcase, and it looked like my suitcase, so she knew something was going on too. Meanwhile, we were monitoring my phone, hoping that someone would call us, that Henderson would call us, but thankfully, this employee who worked for the shuttle service, Jose Hernandez, thank you, buddy, went the extra mile and made it happen. So it saved us from a lot of heartache, guys. But that is how our day started. But guess what? There's more twists, and we're going to have another video coming up below this one called Our American Airlines Nightmare, Travel Nightmare. Make sure you watch that. Talk to you later. Thanks for tuning in.